The Jewish claimed the 1st century, when the Jewish civilization in Israel was already over 1,000 years old. Rome destroyed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem and conquered the Jewish nation. At this time, the Romans renamed the region Palestine and exiled a portion of the population. However, some Jews remained between 1517 and 1917. Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire. The region initially prospered under. Meanwhile, the Zionist movement was emerging in Europe in the late 19th century, generated by increasing anti-Semitism and violence against Jews in Europe as well as the rising nationalism throughout the continent. The Zionists, whose goal was the return of the Jewish people to a sovereign state in the land of Israel, fostered increased Jewish immigration to Palestine and sought international political recognition of the Jewish right to independence in Palestine. The Ottomans, but during the empire's decline. British government. Britain's job was to implement the Balfour Declaration, which had been signed 5 years earlier, stating Britain's desire to create a homeland in Palestine for the Jews. Establishment as an independent sovereign state was officially declared in Tel Aviv on Friday, May 14, 1948, by Zionist leader David Ben-Gurion, the day the British mandate over Palestine was officially terminated, in accordance with UN Resolution 181. More than 50 years of occupation and 10 years of blockade have made the lives of 1.9 million Palestinians living inside the Gaza Strip unbearable. That is why they now are protesting and risking their lives. Gaza is described by many Palestinians and humanitarian actors as the world's largest open-air prison. 1.9 The Gaza-Israel barrier, sometimes called the Iron Wall, 1, 2, 3, is a border barrier located on the Israeli side of the Gaza-Israel border. 4. The Erez crossing, in the north of the Gaza Strip, is the only crossing point for people and goods coming from Israel into the Gaza Strip. There exists a second crossing point in the barrier, called the Kerem Shalom border crossing, which is exclusive for the crossing of goods coming from Egypt, as Israel does not allow goods to go directly from Egypt into Gaza through the Egypt-Gaza border. 5, 6. A fence along the border was first constructed by Israel in 1994 as a security barrier, and has been rebuilt and upgraded since. It was constructed by Israel to control the movement of people as well as goods between the Gaza Strip and Israel, which it could not achieve by normal border crossings. There is also one crossing along the Egypt-Gaza border, the Rafah crossing, though it is limited to the crossing of people, as per Israel's demand, any cargo or good. Gaza Strip shall remain in place and that the line demarcated by the fence, as shown on the map, shall be authoritative only for the purpose of the agreement. 9, i.e. the barrier does not necessarily constitute the border. The initial barrier was completed in 1996. The barrier has met with opposition and protests from some Palestinians in Gaza. 13. The barrier was largely torn down by Palestinians at the beginning of the Al-Aqsa Intifada in September 2000, followed by many terror attacks. 14. The barrier was rebuilt between December 2000 and June 2001. A 1-kilometer buffer zone was added, in addition to new high-technology observation posts. Soldiers were also given new rules of engagement. 14, which, according to Haaretz, allow soldiers to fire at anyone seen crawling there at night illegally into Israeli territory. 15. Palestinians attempting to cross the barrier into Israel by stealth have been shot and killed. The Iron Wall by Israel has been failed. On October 2023, training videos showing Hamas attacking mock-ups of Israeli compounds had been posted to social media months earlier and were visible to all. We found that Hamas had also been expanding its training camps for several years, activity that is visible in widely available online maps. The post geolocated those camps using terrain and other distinctive features that could be seen in the training videos.